Okay, we're back. How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? So, I wanted to chat about something that I've really been having a lot of fun with this year. You know what I'm saying? I had to come to accept the fact that I like to move around in my stationery. I'm not the kind of person that is going to be able to, you know what I mean, stay in one planner, one setup for a whole year. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. And trying to do it would actually stress me out to the point where maybe I'm not recording things the way I want to or writing things down. Like, I'll get to the point where I'm either stressed about, oh, do I write it in this one? Do I write it in this one? Or when I'm going to the coffee shop, I'm breaking my shoulder because I got 9 notebooks with me because I couldn't decide what to bring and I wasn't sure what I was going to want to write down, right? Too much. Too much. Okay. So I want to show you today what I've been doing that keeps me more fluid and it kind of saves me from the burden of choice, like having to choose my setup, having to choose, especially like I don't like rewriting my to-do lists. You know what I'm saying? Or rewriting an idea I had. I kind of want to get it down and then pick up where I left off and keep going. It makes me feel lighter. It makes me feel a little more free. And I'm working on creating like a fluid system that I'm using right now and I'm going to take into 2026. So, this is going to be like my journal ecosystem, but it's going to incorporate the fact that I'm not going to stay in one setup for an extended period of time. And so, it's incorporating the fact that I'm a bit indecisive or incorporating flexibility. The main factor that is going to really connect everything together is cross compatibility. So, what I did was I kind of honed in on what my favorite sizes of stationery are, like A6, B6 slim, yada yada, like which ones am I gravitating towards the most. So I kind of paid attention to that this year and I'm going to use that to help me streamline my process and become more creative for next year. So this year I've been gravitating toward A5 and I've been gravitating toward the pocket size. I have not been able to stay in a personal size for more than a month this year. And my B6 Slim is a really cute, fun size, but I haven't been reaching for it that much. So I'm leaving those to be things that I don't pick up that often, not necessarily never use, but they're not my go-to. It's not going to be the thing I throw in my bag to take to the coffee shop. So this is what I've been doing. This baby right here, I just DIY'd this like maybe 2 weeks ago. I paid like $8 for this leather. And since I've put it together and started using it, I have been reaching for this way more than I've been reaching for just about anything else. What I like about it is it gives me more space. I really love this Tokyo Traveler's Notebook, right? But the leather size compared from a traditional TN to this piece of leather I got from Michael's with my coupon. I think retail it's like $14, but Michael's always got a coupon for the girls. So I got this for like $8. And now I will say if you look, I don't know if you can see that. The Traveler's Company leather, it is more substantial. It's thicker than this Michael's leather. I'm getting over it because the Michael's leather in the same A5 slim size, it gives me like an inch on each side more space, and that has completely like changed the game for me. I love my TNs. This one I customized in my last video and she's really cute, so I'm going to be using her for junk journaling, but this isn't something that I'm going to be planning in or like carrying with me every day. This is going to be like, this is for a specific task. I don't have to worry about trying to like incorporate a bunch of things into it, right? So this is chill. This one was my very first traveler's notebook that I ever got when I first learned about the company. And I was really excited to get her. And I love my little taiyaki so much. I actually have a backup taiyaki because I knew I wanted to have this little charm forever. So I love her a lot. And once I get, in the future, like once I get streamlined or come up with another use for this, I'll probably jump in between these two. But right now, I want a little bit more space. So for my pocket size, this is what I throw in my bag every day. I've been planning with this. I've been to-do listing. I have a category in here for each kind of thing I'm working on. This has been really convenient for like having on the go, not adding a lot of weight to my bag, but still giving me a little external brain to carry around with me that has a reflection of all the things that I'm focusing on a day-to-day. But sometimes I don't want to be in rings. I also picked up this Paper Republic pocket size. I hadn't really been using it because of that burden of choice. What do I want to write in this one? What do I want to write in that one? What I decided to do, I figured out a little trick to help me be able to use both of these, not need to carry both of them with me at the same time if I don't want to, and still feel a little bit better about writing things down. Okay, so in here I've got my birding book. This is my sterling ink pocket size. This is going to be for notes. This has a lot of pages in it, and I really like that about it. And this back here is my sketchbook, right? So this is going to lean more towards on-the-go creativity. But if I have this with me and I want to write, something down planning-wise or other than, what am I going to do, right? So it turns out this particular Filofax has a unique slit in the back. There's a pocket here, and it came with this slit here to add, it's like a tiny little legal notepad. I took that out and I just put a little piece of elastic through here. So when I have it closed, I push my little notebook towards the rings, tuck it under there, and I close it. And so I have my traditional rings. I have my reading list in the front. Then I have book lists I want to pick up. I have my extendo notes section. Just makes me happy. Love that. I have my plotter inserts in here, but I don't put the whole year in. So we got weekly planner inserts, a couple monthly planner inserts. I keep it pretty light, but it's just like for stuff that I don't want to forget about when I'm on the go, right? I have a finance section here. These little inserts right here help me keep track of what I spent. Did I eat out? Did I pay my bills? That type of thing. It's a quick thing for me to look at, right? And then I get back here. So I did two really simple things in the back of my pocket rings to help me not feel like I need to carry both of these things around. I made a video about how B5 inserts cut up perfectly into either pocket inserts or pocket size. This is just loose leaf B5 paper that I cut in half, and I folded it again in half, and it turned into a perfect little pocket insert. And I connected it to this pocket insert that I have in my Paper Republic. So this back pocket right here, this is my connection. Anytime I'm feeling something creative, anytime I have a new idea and I'm not sure if I want to put it in my Filofax or if I want to put it where I want to keep it long term, what I'll do is put it in my transient pocket insert that I have in the back, and then I feel better about it being here because I know I can easily take it out and put it in my Paper Republic and not have to do too much fuss. So I have one thing that is cross compatible between my favorite size so that I don't have to have that extra thing to worry about as far as like, oh, I have something, I'm out, I only have this with me, I want to write it down, I don't want to forget about it, and I think I want to have it in another system. I have one thing that's cross-compatible within my favorite size. So I did this in my pocket size, and I replicated that in the next size, the A5 size. So I'm going to show you that. It's just like a simple little addition. I'm going to blow your mind with the A5 one, though. I don't think you're ready, actually. I don't think you're ready for the A5 size. Okay, here is my new baby. This is my DIY traveler's notebook. And this is my new Cabine Nord. This is I just got this recently. I got it in the A5 wide size, and I had her put an extra grommet on here so that it could potentially do 6 notebooks. So this is my A5 and my A5 Slim. And so I'm going to show you what I have in these that are cross compatible with one another, so that whether I have this out with me or whether I have that out with me, I don't have to worry about what I'm writing down, because I know that I can mix and match it and continue to develop my ideas or continue to progress on what I'm working on and not have to rewrite everything. I don't want to rewrite it. And I also don't want to have to worry about where I'm writing it. You know what I mean? I'm still working on her setup. I'm going to do a separate video about like Cabine Nord and like my experience with the company and everything. I don't have a Louise Carmen and I don't have a Paper Republic portfolio. I just have like the one you can get in the bundle. I don't have a lot of the high-end journal options. I've been DIYing a lot of stuff. I have a really big DIY project that I've been working on. I've been stitching together some of that scrap leather that I picked up a while ago. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit in over my head at the moment, but I have big plans for this. This is gonna be like an A5. It's gonna come together, okay? I've never like sewed leather together before by hand. This is actually kind of a nice like stress relieving activity, if I'm being honest. But I'm doing my outlines. I'm doing my outlines. I'm gonna try and make my own like custom like grungy look A5 cover, but this is a project that's been coming along very slowly. I'm saving some of the leather by making thread designs on places where the leather had like a hole in it. This will be a while before I can come and show my final project with this. But until I'm done making this is what I've been using. This is a work in progress, but that's the whole idea, is like evolving over time and like creating things that you like. So this is my big creativity. I only have 2 things in here right now. This is my A5 Stalogy that I've been using to take notes on like the books that I'm reading and make connections between other things that I find interesting. So like quotes, it's not quite a commonplace because I'm only focusing on creativity. So it could end up being like a creativity commonplace, but right now it's kind of like a place where I write down things that inspired me. I just started Catabasis. I'm actually not sure how to pronounce that. And so I'm writing down if there's a name I didn't know or like a reference to some book that I've never heard of, I write that down. And it's interesting because things will come together, right? And then back here, my plan is just to take this out when I'm actually working on it. And then back here, what I tried is to incorporate A5 20-hole rings. I was raving about the Muji rings because these are really convenient and you can move them around and have like your A5 inserts on the go. And as I was coming up with more like content ideas and learning more things, I ran out of space in the Muji little binder that I made out of this. So I transferred all of that to a bigger set of 20-hole rings, and I threaded it through because I didn't want to put an extra hole in this because again, we're evolving. So like 6 months from now, I might want to do something different with this portfolio. And I look at this color though. Like, can we just take a moment for this? I got the rustic sapphire blue color. To me, it looks like when you're looking down at the ocean. Oh, I love that. I talked about these little portable light plastic rings that you can use. I love these. And I just found out Amazon has cute little sets of these that are color coordinated. I'm probably going to pick up some of those too because this is getting kind of chunky, and these are nice to have like A5 on the go, 20 holes specifically. But I was raving about my Muji 20 holes, and then it got a little full. So I transferred everything in here. So I still have it's set up just like it was in my previous video. It's just that now I have more paper in here. I have more space. I have a lot of flexibility with like paper type. I have options. Now this portfolio, it's made for A5 notebooks. So with this This ring here, it adds like an extra inch of width that a standard A5 notebook typically wouldn't have. So when I close it, it sits a little wider. It sits like a little bit wider than a traditional A5 notebook. So for my A5 Slim, let me show you the cross-compatible part. So we open this boy up, okay? And because she's a little bit wider than the traditional TN, I can fit a small little A6 notebook here to keep to-do list. This is a B6 Slim little cover that I've had for a while that I could slip in here. I have to-do list, still have the traveler's notebook folder. I have a clear portfolio that holds my mail if I need to, like, sometimes I like to pay my bills while I'm out, so I keep my mail in here. And then I have a couple more inserts. So this one here, this is a TN sized insert that JetPens made, and it has Tomoe River paper in it. I really like it because it's a little bit less coated than like a traditional Tomoe River paper. It almost feels just like Stalogy paper, but it holds up better with fountain pen ink. And if you listen, it's got a really nice crinkle. Oh, the crinkle's so nice. Okay, so I have two things in here that I can switch back and forth with my A5 whenever I want to. The first one is this booklet here. I have a lot of my content ideas in here because this is a little more narrow, a little more compact than the full A5 one. Then I brought my Muji rings over and I put them in here. So now I have A5 Slim 20-hole rings that are cross-compatible with my full A5 20-hole rings. So I can take notes in here and I don't have to feel any sort of anxiety about like, what if I need to put this somewhere else, or what if it has a content or information that I want in my other notebook. I can just open this up and take it out. I really love this option. And because this TN is a little bit wider, I can have a lot of inserts in here. I have regular A5 Slim, and then I did I just love this. I really got to cut it out. This really does something for me. I don't know. But I have like my extendo inserts in here that I can fold into like a regular A5 size. And okay, are you seeing the vision? Are you seeing it? Like, I don't want to be tied down, okay? I want options. So anyway, so I've got my little binder section, my 20-hole binder section. And then back here, I just have another TN. This one's actually like a Traveler's Company insert. And it just has my watercolor. This one's for watercolor on the go. And I'll probably change this in and out with some other things. I did pre-order a Take-A-Note planner. It's TN, standard TN size. And what I like about it is it has a 2-week view on one page. So it's a horizontal spread, 1 week on this side, 1 week on this side. And I was like, ooh, that could go in here and give me like a good overview for like things I'm working on and be outside of my like regular B6 planner that's coming. I have a Wonderland 222 B6 horizontal that's coming, but that's just going to be straight regular planner, and I want this one to be like my workhorse, you know? Oh, and then with the same leather scraps that I just showed you, I did sew a pocket back here. Can you see that? I sewed a leather pocket back here. And so, wouldn't you know it, this leather pocket holds stickers, and a B6 Slim notebook fits in that pocket perfectly. And you can't even tell it's in there when you close it. You can't even tell. So I have 1, 2, I'm going to count this. I'm going to count my 20-hole Muji binder section as a notebook. So 3, 4, 5 inserts in here. And I could probably fit 2 more with like no overhang. I'm obsessed with this thing. And I just figured out that a B6 Slim would fit back here like last night. I was like, oh, look at that. Loving it so much. This is going to expand with me as the year goes on. And I'll probably make some changes. But now I can like feel good about what I'm doing as far as my A6. Not my A6. The only thing I'm going to have A6 for 2026 is going to be that Hobonichi that's currently tied up in customs for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. That's a story for another day. I'm definitely going to have a story time about my Hobonichi. But generally speaking, I'm either in a pocket size or I'm in an A5. And so now I have options for myself where I just have one or two things that are cross compatible between notebook systems. So I really feel a lot more free as far as like what I want to write in there. And like I also have the freedom of being able to carry less stuff with me when I leave the house, because I know that I can come home and very quickly transfer something if I want to. These are some of the stamps I got when I was at that Mount Forest matcha pop-up they had. Super cute. Look at that. And then back here, in addition to the pocket notebook that I have, this fits my Paper Republic. I also just have, this is not stapled. This is just loose leaf paper. I can either stick this in the pocket or I can cut it in half, punch holes in it, and put it in here. So even with this one, I can go either way. And it just makes me feel a lot more comfortable about carrying less things and still feeling like I have the option to write about whatever I want to write about and be creative. I just love giving myself a little more flexibility. So I can either just slide this over and open it up and write while it's in here, or I can just slide it out and put it on the table, like if I'm at a coffee shop or something. And then I just tuck it back in like that when I want to close it. And it fits like perfect. And you can do this in a lot of different pocket ring options. This one just happens to have a perfect little slit back there to put an elastic through. And I was like, well, why not, you know? Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make some DIY inserts. I'm still trying to figure out what size paper to buy that could help me divvy it up perfectly and make A5 slim inserts, but I don't think that's a thing. I don't think it's a thing. I think I'm going to have to trim. I think I'm going to have a little excess paper, and I wanted to find like the B5 to the pocket size. I really got that. That was like perfect. But A5 slim is like tricky. I don't know. But I'm obsessed with this. So this is my new Cabine Nord. Let me know if you want to know more about her. I just got her like maybe last week. She's still under construction. It really works for what I want to use it for, but it's a work in progress. But this is what I'm doing right now, okay? And this guy, obsessed. I can't tell you how obsessed I am with just everything I can do with this little $8 piece of leather. I'm thinking about sewing a pocket on the front because I really love my pocket that I sewed back here. But I haven't decided yet. So right now I just have this little cute notebook. It's just cute. It's just cute. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me know what ideas you have for like staying more flexible in your stationery. I can't just do one thing for a whole year. I have to be able to move around, and I'm really liking this setup that I have right now. It's working for me, and I want to say it's keeping me from buying more stuff, but I might be lying. The goal of this is to help me feel more free and more confident in my analog systems without feeling the need to continuously purchase things and, you know, save my shoulder the extra weight when I'm going, because I love going to the coffee shop. You know what I mean? So let me know what you're doing to kind of keep yourself flexible in your stationery. If you're kind of like me and you know that you want to kind of move things around throughout the year, but you don't necessarily want to have a whole bunch of stuff. Thank you for watching.